Good afternoon, beautiful beings of light. Welcome to the Crone Zone. I'm Priscilla, and Heather's next to me, and the lovely Valerie from Illumination Portal is here today to talk about the full moon and other goodies going on in the sky.
Oh my gosh, it does not stop, isn't it? It's
I know,
non-stop.
it doesn't seem like it ever stops.
It doesn't, and it's just.
I'm going to move you up to the top, and I'm going to.
Don't even worry about
me
it.
down. Great.
Okay. It's easier for me to speak to Valerie if she's on top. I don't know why.
That's fine. I get to look up to both of you, and so I'm doing good.
Good afternoon, Millie. Welcome to the channel. We're glad to have you.
Yeah.
Today we're going to talk about the full strawberry moon and other celestial events, of course.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Hi, Mary Ellen.
We're going to start.
And Genevieve. Oh, it's wonderful to have you guys all here today.
And I remember that this is the time of year when I lived in Kansas on the farm. We were out picking strawberries.
Is that right? So it's
That's
the
why it's the strawberry moon, yeah, because we were always out picking out strawberries.
In Colorado, it seems to be cherry season.
Oh, yeah.
There's a cherry festival here in Fort Collins coming up.
Is there? Cool.
I'm not sure exactly when, but yeah, cherries. I didn't know that. Hey, Laurie Hunsinger, welcome.
Hi, Laurie. Hi, G. Covington. Hi, M.E.
Hey, did anybody pull a card for today? For today's show? Let's pull one if you didn't.
I pulled one and it said confidence. And I think at that moment, that's what we needed to see.
Yes.
Confidence, because we're doing a lot better now than we were when we first started.
That's a true story.
And that goes right along with Capricorn. Being confident in your next part of your journey is how that's how I'm going to look at it. On the 11th, I missed.
What'd you get?
I got the eagle and communion.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were picking.
Yeah, I just thought I would too. But I didn't hear what you said. I'm sorry. I'll go ahead and do that. And then
it goes along with what we're doing.
Okay.
It's communion. It's the eagle, and it's about communion. And that's what this is with everybody in the chat. It's communion when we talk about astrology. How nice is that?
That's cool.
Are we taking questions on different subjects today?
Sure.
If it has to do with the show.
If it has to do with what we're talking about, yes.
Let me stick a banner up.
Stick a banner. Oh my goodness. My goodness.
That help?
Everybody, how's everybody's week been going? Because up until the build up, right? This full moon is on the 21st of June. It's the first Capricorn full moon. The second one will be July 21st. And they'll both be in
Capricorn. Isn't that unusual?
Yeah. So that's Cancer sun and Capricorn moon, right? So two of them. So it's kind of like there's a lot we're going to learn this month about our path forward. Like how do we want to go forward? And you have to have your mind and your heart connected. Right now we're in Gemini season. That's kind of, we had the Cazimi and Mercury, Mercury Cazimi yesterday, Mercury conjunct the sun.
Hang on a minute. Let me add that to the stage. First of all, can we talk about this Mercury square?
Yeah, well, that one was for the 11th. Okay, let me do this one real quick. And I'm sorry, I did not send it to you. This is kind of the biggie, is the Mars square Pluto. The Mars square Pluto, which I have here on my phone, is
okay. Yeah, I don't have.
I don't think we have it.
Okay,
no, you don't. I'm sorry.
Okay.
They both rule Scorpio, so when they're squaring, they're asking you to really focus in. You're transforming in some way, shape, or form. Something about your life is under construction, and it's not like it is just like constant.
You can't make this up.
I was going to say that
I am feeling Mars and Pluto today. Seriously,
me too.
And that's really true, because like Wednesday, I was trying to get all these things done. Like I finally got my Colorado driver's license, and I finally got my watch back to working. It fell apart kind of, and it's back to working. And I had my phone checked.
Yay.
The bank wouldn't let me. They took me off of online banking until I had my phone checked because of all the crap that was going on, and that's all beginning to come in now. And so it's a
Was
matter
there
of-
anything on your phone? Did they find anything on your phone?
no, and I
didn't
had them
think
check my
so.
iPad too, because if it's on my phone, it's on my iPad. So that means I need to go back into the bank and they'll get me set up again.
Wow.
And that's exactly this stuff, right? Yeah, you got to
That's-
deal with all the worldly stuff, but even more so than that, there's something about each of us individually that we are transforming through this Mars-Pluto square. So I'd say it lasts about 5 days. It
Oh,
started
great.
on
This
the
is really
11th.
sweet so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been crappy week, really.
Oh,
And
yeah.
and
Yeah.
we're building up, right? So all next week is a build up week to the new moon. That's at 1 degree. The second full moon in Capricorn will be at 1 degree this month. Next month, it'll be a full moon in Capricorn at 29 degrees. Okay, so it is bookending, and the day before the full moon is the solstice, is when we go into Cancer season, and the summer solstice or the winter solstice, depending on where you're at. But it is a time to, when you go into Cancer season, it's about the home. It's about getting your home right. Well, your body is your home. This is, you getting you right. And that's kind of been the message for the last 4 to 5 years, as we were
Absolutely it is.
releasing, here we are. Okay, now what are you going to build? Do you have enough courage to go for what that is that you want to build?
That's a key word.
Yes,
Courage.
because it really is, because that's Capricorn. Capricorn's going to give us that courage to go forward, as Cancer gives us the intuition, that
makes sense.
connecting to your heart, to really to have you ask, are you sure on a heart level this is the way forward for you? And you'll get these intuitive hits, and that's what that Mercury. So the first slide that you have is going to help us do, because that Mercury, I forget which one that was. I'm sorry, Priscilla. The first slide is Mercury and who?
Mercury square Saturn.
Okay, so here we go. Right, what putting your best foot forward. Okay, you got to plan it out. First comes in through the ethers, right? You first imagine it. Saturn will help you make it real, but Saturn's under construction too right now. Even though Saturn rules Capricorn, Saturn right now is in Pisces, where he is being restructured. So we don't know what any of this is going to look like until the end of the year, a year from now. So it's not like, oh, it's dire to know these things right now, but this is what Spirit's asking of us.
Right.
Really take in those cosmic downloads to help you make those decisions for your next path forward. If you guys reading these,
I'm sorry, what?
do you want me to read this, or do you want to read it?
Heather, please.
Okay. Mercury square is square Saturn. Life has some hills to climb at the moment. No joke. Okay. It's all part of the process. We also need to be true to our word. In other words, don't get lost in everything else. Just stay where you belong.
It is so true. Oh my God, Heather, focus is
Standing
everything.
in your power. That's standing in your power and
Exactly.
honoring yourself.
Yeah.
Staying true to our word. That's important.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
thanks,
gotta
sister.
focus. It's gotta be focused, like laser focused on what it is you want to create. We got this month that's really gonna, and the end of it is gonna uplift us into truly onto our next part of the path. But we have to be willing to go through that hard stuff of letting go what's still hanging on there. We all got something, right? That's
Yep.
eating at us, and work through that the best we can. Okay. So the next one is
Let's see, is
so many notes. I don't even know where
Heather,
to
I'm going to
go.
let you read it while I pay attention to the chat, okay?
Okie doke. Happening now. Sun in Gemini sextiles Chiron in Aries. Mercury, the communication planet in Gemini, sextiles Chiron in Aries. And the moon in Virgo quincunx Chiron in Aries. So it's moon magic. On 13 June 2024, we have 3 aspects with the North Node Chiron and the Windward Healer in Aries. So Aries is playing a major part. The Sun of Gemini, the Sun in Gemini, forms a supportive sextile with Chiron in Aries, facilitating opportunities for individuals to express themselves with authenticity and courage. Mercury, the planet of communication, also in Gemini, aligns in the harmonious sextile with Chiron, enhancing our communication and intellectual growth, and encouraging us to articulate our thoughts and ideas assertively. However, the moon in Virgo quincunx Chiron in Aries, presenting a need for adjustment in emotional healing and self-care. I have felt that.
Absolutely.
We may find ourselves navigating the tension between practicality and compassion, seeking ways to balance our perfectionist tendencies with self-compassion. Tonight, we are invited to explore self-expression, assertive communication, and holistic healing, offering potential for personal transformation and growth as we align with our highest abundant timeline.
And it's been.
And I am ready.
Yeah, I'm ready too, but it's been a hard couple of days, right? And that's that. But Virgo's looking that when that Virgo part of this is looking for that discernment and wants that perfected, right? But it's a good thing because we're healing. Chiron's helping us get in the North Node. Let's level up, right? Let's level up.
Right.
So now we're in the Libra moon, okay, because this was the last couple of days. So we're bringing in the balance. We're trying to feel where that is. So,
Makes sense.
there's a lot going on. This is a good time to take your time this month. Don't rush head first into anything. Really weigh it out with your heart.
And the key word there is heart.
Yeah.
And this Kazemi was yesterday. This is powerful. So
yeah. Do you want to keep with the chat?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. This alignment, that's the Kazemi happening now. That's the Sun conjunct Mercury. And the alignment marks a potent few days where reconnecting with people from the past is highly likely. You've had
has anybody connected with somebody from their past recently in the last day or so?
No, but I sure have had the urges. I want to find out about this.
I keep getting its cosmic downloads. Like we're getting our spirit guidance, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't hit every part of us. Our lives.
Yeah.
It triggers memories and illuminates hidden facts and information, bringing opportunities for reconciliation and the resolution of misunderstandings and misconceptions. Expect to gain a clearer perception of people's true motives and intentions, leading to closure on events that transpired since the last Mercury Kazemi on April 11, 2024. In the coming weeks, prepare for unexpected revelations, insights, and honest communication that can help resolve issues and repair relationships. This is a reminder to not allow the ego to sabotage important connections. It's a time for accountability, authenticity, and openly expressing how you feel. This energy brings clarity that helps you decide whether to release resentment and rebuild, or to let go of the old press reset, and welcome healthier relationships and new beginnings. So see in 11:11, 22, 14, 14, and 66 is a sign to reach out to those important to you, and unexpected good news is on the way.
And I do believe that. Like Mercury conjuncts the sun more often than any other planet.
Is that right?
So, yeah, I mean, it just did it last month, right? Or in April. I'm sorry, we're in June. So
No, April seems like last month.
Yeah.
I can't.
Lori
keep up.
Hunsinger says she's connected with two friends from the past in the last couple of days.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
cool.
I've had some strong feelings to do something, and when I think about it, I'm like, that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'm kind of staying to myself. That's what
Yeah,
the message
some
I'm
of those
getting.
things.
Yeah, is to go inward, work through what it is you're working
Oh,
through.
yeah. I'm going to have to do that today because I had
Yeah.
a terrible morning and it was a complete cluster. You know what?
Yeah.
And you know what? That was trying to communicate with 4 different people.
Yeah.
It was all wrong. I give up. I'm
And
going to stay by myself today.
right.
I'm out
And
of
I
here.
know that's happening to a few people. That's going on. Like there's tension, right?
Yeah, severe
a lot
tension
of,
this morning.
yeah, a lot of tension going on, and people, and that's because, okay, let's face it, some people just aren't connected with their heart. They don't know their way forward. They don't know or allow for the universe to help them, guide them through to that.
Mhm.
They get
They're being
anxious.
prey to their egos.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'm sure that's true.
Hmm.
Yeah.
This is good.
Go ahead, Heather.
Okay. So Venus squares Neptune into the weekend, an aspect that evokes glamour and magnetic charm. Turn on the beauty. Be open to unconditional love.
Yeah.
Keyword is unconditional, guys.
Unconditional.
And that is,
I just want to make a note of something. 3 people in the chat have Virgo moons.
that's
It's
Virgo.
interesting. Just
That's
boom,
Virgo.
boom.
They like the details. They want to hear the details. It's important to them so they can weigh out their options and how am I going to go forward with the information I have, It's
Mhm.
really cool when you think about it.
Okay.
But so
Do you have more on this you want to talk
well,
about?
as we move into the closer to the 21st, the full moon in Capricorn, the first one, Neptune will be in a T square with the sun and the moon. Venus is right next to the sun because the on a full moon, the moon and the sun are opposite of each other. So that T square is powerful because that's Neptune sitting at 29 degrees of Pisces, the last degree of the entire zodiac. That's going to be there probably till next March. It's not even moving that far from. Actually, I'm going to go into 2026 because it's going to go back and forth over this point for this time period. But this is to help assist to wake up those who are not awake yet. But those of us who are awake, it's helping us to get clarity from spirit on what it is we're being guided to step forward into, right? It's what's your intuition saying to you, what's your heart saying to you. It is about unconditional love, beauty, dreaming, sleeping. This is where the taking your time and resting piece comes in for this next month, because that full moon is going to be hitting. Both these full moons in Capricorn are going to hit this degree point in Neptune. So that's not going away anytime soon. This is all about spirit. Listen to your guidance because it's going to be coming in really strong this month because of this.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
Yeah, spirit's talking.
Yeah.
And then we have,
make sure that you relax enough to be able to hear.
oh, that's
Quiet yourself enough to be able to hear. Yeah.
Yeah.
excellent point.
Meditation.
every day.
Relieve your mind from everything that's going on, just because otherwise you can't hear them.
That's right. And that's the truth. That's why it's so important every day to meditate as often as possible, especially during this time period on Earth. This is epic. We've never been here before. A lot of the outer planets have moved to different degrees for the first time. Saturn in 30 years, Uranus in 84 years, Neptune in 165 years. So these are new.
That's a lot. That's a lot of new information.
I mean, and the North Node, okay, is at 11 degrees, 12. Well, it's at 12 right now. Neptune, I already said Neptune, I'm sorry. And Pluto, Pluto hasn't been here for 248 years. So we have these outer planets helping us weigh in, bringing in that higher consciousness information so we can make better choices about how to go forward.
I love that.
As a collective. It's individual. Man, just
but it's also about the collective for sure.
Right. It's everybody. It's getting everybody to be thinking in a more
spiritually. Yeah, it really is. It's
in a more collective type mode.
Yeah, with your heart. Your heart. We are heart-centered beings. We're spiritual beings first and foremost. No matter what we're doing in these earthly bodies. There's a lot, and we can see in the outside world what's going on. But I do believe this will help make people. Well, I don't want to say encourage people to wake up and to connect to their hearts in this next 2-year period.
Maybe become more aware of what needs to be going on.
Right. What matters, right?
Yeah.
What matters for us all.
I just want to say hi to Lark. How are you today? And Randy, driving and listening. Thanks for listening. Be careful out there.
Yes.
Randy. So it's important. So then the solstice, right? This is the earliest solstice we've had in
and we have blessings from it.
Yeah, but it's starting on the 20th. Which it hasn't been that early in, oh goodness, now I can't remember the amount of years. It was quite a few years though.
Well, I know I've been thinking, like in Denver at least, we didn't have a spring. We went straight from winter to summer. We did not have a spring.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Up here too.
Yeah. So you're right. It's early. Yeah. But anyway, do you want me to go ahead and read that?
Yeah, I was just going to say one thing about the solstice. Where was it? That is bringing in more DNA activations. So it's like kind of all of this is piling, layering on, so we can better hone in on what our role is going to be individually and collectively.
Yeah. I know it's been doing crazy things to my human body. Today is the first day I began to feel a little bit normal. Other than that, there's been different places that hurt or don't feel quite right, or So I think it's not just your DNA it's messing with.
Right.
I don't know. My left knee has quit hurting in the last few days.
My back is finally stopped. My shoulder blade is finally stopped. So I don't know what was going on, but okay.
That was the solar flares, because we had some intense solar flares in the last month. It kind of calmed down a little bit. But with Mercury going right by the sun yesterday, it was yesterday, that triggers the solar flares because they're so close. Those bodies are so close together. That's where they come in. But there's that huge, massive solar group. I'm sorry, I'm saying it wrong. That is coming back around.
I was just going to say that. Yeah. Sorry about that. Did you hear that motorcycle?
Yeah. I wondered what it was.
It was a motorcycle.
I know.
Oh yeah, that big area is coming around. I think he said this evening. it'll
Okay.
start being Earth
Okay.
oriented.
So you see how
And
this is
did we have 3 M class last night? He was
last
talking
night.
about
Mhm.
last night having several M class solar flares. So it's no wonder that my morning was so screwed up.
Yeah.
Lordy.
And the thing is with those, right, when that turns back around, because I mean, it's like it triggers and it hits, they flare out at Earth and it triggers us all, everything, all molecules on Earth. It scrambles them because it's
Mhm.
got to release that density. But as it does, it's bringing in light codes, at
Absolutely.
the same time. So it's not pleasant. I don't know. I just
Well,
keep
it's going to be I'm wondering if we're gonna get X-class flares out of that new group that's coming
I
around.
think
Like
so.
Mr. Floyd said, possible X flares over the next 2 to 5
Absolutely.
days. Yeah,
I
exactly.
believe it. And it's funny when we have those flares, we have reports of lightning,
Yeah.
which
Yep.
makes a lot of sense. But,
Mhm.
lightning struck so many miles away from you. Lightning struck. We don't get any rain, but we sure have that lightning coming.
That
I
heat light.
see that on mine too, Heather. I saw
Yeah.
that on my weather app.
Yeah,
I've been noticing lightning and no thunderstorms, and I'm like, "What is
Right.
that about?" Makes
exactly.
sense.
Isn't that okay? Because heat lightning occurs, I guess. I don't know. I'm not
I don't
definitely
know
not
anything
a
about that.
meteorologist.
Zip for me.
The only time that I ever saw heat lightning was during wheat harvest. And believe me, it's hot in Kansas during wheat harvest.
Yeah, it's heat
And
hot.
yes, but this
I think it's hot
temperature
in
has
Kansas most
not
of the
been
time.
heat lightning.
Right.
It's way too cool for it.
Well, that next 5 days, right, is the build up to the
Mhm.
full moon, to the solstice and full moon. And this is going to be, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's going to be a challenging week for us to be triggered to release.
Well, hell, I don't want
Oh,
that.
we thought this last one was a heck of a doozy.
So these next 5 days when the X-class solar flares could happen, we're also heading to the full moon, which causes earthquakes as well. As
Yeah.
solar flares causing earthquakes and things like that to happen. Well, it'll be
Yeah.
interesting to see what goes on this
So
week.
whatever happens, please ride the crest.
Yeah, right. Got to ride the wave. That's what we
That's right.
and that's going to like carry us through right to the next. Well,
Let's
what's
read
it
this one, and then we'll go to the next one.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
didn't read this. Go ahead.
Okay,
Right.
on the 20th of June, the sun enters Cancer at 16:51 Eastern Daylight Time.
4:50 p.m. Eastern.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, it means the same thing to me either way. I'm so
I'm glad you know
interchangeable.
that. I'm like, what are we talking about?
Anyway, it's marking the summer solstice in the northern hemisphere, known as Litha. In the southern hemisphere, marking the winter solstice, known as Yule. This heralds a profound shift in energy, like we aren't having them already.
No kidding.
Okay, this celestial event not only marks the longest day of the year in the northern hemisphere, but the shortest day of the year in the southern hemisphere. As we embrace the nurturing and emotional depths symbolized by the zodiac of the Cancerians, we're called to honor the sacred cycles of nature and our own inner rhythms. It's a time to connect with the nurturing energies of home, family, and community, and to celebrate the abundance that surrounds us. With the sun's transition into the constellation of Cancer, we are reminded to embrace the warmth of love, cultivate gratitude for our blessings, and set intentions for growth and transformation in the season ahead as the wheel of the year continues to turn. So, brightest blessings of abundance for this solstice.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then you have the full moon.
Mm-hmm. And here's where Capricorn comes in. This is the hard work, focusing, really putting in the effort, to move forward, to move it. But it's also being, with that sun across from it in Cancer, it does, if you think of them just constantly vibing across from each other, you know, that Cancer is bringing in that what is best for your Cancer's feeler, right? It's a nurturer.
Right.
You got to feel through things. Capricorn just kind of just goes, you know, it's a sea goat, mountain goat. So.
Yeah. So anyway, with the full moon, you were talking about the hard work, and the hard work's beginning to pay off. Practice self-love. I know that's difficult for most of us. Channel productivity towards your goals. So if you've been procrastinating, kind of like me, get off your butt and get to the job. You know? Follow your passion. Get ready for positive change and celebrate your accomplishments. Yeah. And celebrating, believe me or not, is part of practicing self-love, guys.
Yes.
It absolutely is. And if I recall, we did a show about how important it is to celebrate your accomplishments.
Right. Exactly.
Because we tend to forget as soon as we're done, it's on the back burner and we go to the next thing instead of celebrating each thing that we accomplish.
What we remember is we should have.
You know? Yeah. On to the next, you know, and that is true also about that full moon is looking back at what you have. I mean, we could go back to 2012. Look at how far you've grown. You know, this
really?
is take that into consideration. Really give yourself a pat on the back and a big hug because it's not been easy. And here we are. Keep moving forward.
Okay.
One foot in front of the other. Baby steps, as I tell most people.
Yeah.
Baby steps.
Baby steps.
Definitely. Even though we want to take huge strides.
It's like when we say one person at a time, it's one step at a time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's important.
So, did you want to read this? Or you want me to keep going?
Keep going.
All righty. The strawberry moon is the 6th moon of the year, entering the summer solstice. This moon focus is on intuition and dreams. Make those dreams fantastic, guys. Huge. Release any negativity holding you back. Ask for clarity and strengthening intuition. Manifest the dreams that you want to happen, transpire. Moon mantras. And I'll tell you why I smile with this after I'm done with the thing. I expand my horizons and pursue new adventures. My mind, spirit, and life are limitless. I choose to wander to find my best self. Now, the reason I was laughing is I was at one time in a community theater and we did Little Abner. And one of the lines in there is, after all the young ladies are saying, I want to expand my horizon, things like that. And the old lady barks back at them. Some of you have expanded your horizons enough, referring to parts of the body. And every time I see expand my horizons, that line hits me.
That's funny.
I like what Mr. Floyd wrote.
I was just going to put that up.
Yeah.
Cancer, water, emotional. Capricorn, the strength the Cancer lacks. The get out of the emotions the Cancer is in. Capricorn, earth, mountain goat. Strength not found in Cancer. Absolutely.
But Cancers are strong. They really are. Because if they're vibing across from each other, they're taking those higher attributes of each. That's the point, though. If you let your emotions just take you over and knock you out, during Cancer season, you're going to screw yourself big time. Remember to call in the Capricorn strength part of that to help you. Okay, let me check my heart. Does this feel right? Does that feel right? Can I stand on my own 2 feet and do that? Go forward with it. It's kind of, we're being pushed. We really are, you know.
And I really vibrate with that, resonate with that, because I'm on the cusp of Aquarius and Pisces. I am a Pisces. I had somebody reading the chart and they said the only thing that saves me is that I have a Cancer rising. Not Cancer, Capricorn rising, which helps me Otherwise, they said you'd be gone without that.
Absolutely, you would be.
I have to see your chart again. I haven't seen it because I can't tell people that kind of stuff because it's, yeah, we all have challenging parts of our charts, right? But
Yeah, she was reading it. It says, okay, what saves you is this Cancer, the Capricorn over here. Because the
Capricorn
rest of
moon,
you,
yeah. Well, I don't know. It's kind of everybody. Each sign has its high points, its higher attributes, and its lower attributes, and we're all kind of hanging in the middle. And I think it takes us a good 50 years to figure out. We don't even consciously know
I'm
our.
not sure 50's enough.
I don't think
we have, we all have saving planets.
Yeah, we do, and we all have that experience. Experience brings you that wisdom, right? After a certain amount of time. I wish I was a mess when I was younger. I was emotional as crap. I couldn't stand myself.
I'm with you, Silver Star Priestess. I have a Capricorn moon.
Yep.
She says Capricorn moons have deep feelings. They just hold it together, speaking as a Capricorn moon more than grounded, I would say. I'm excited for Pluto to move on.
And I would say that once the emergency is over, you fall apart, right?
Say that again.
Once the emergency is over, you kind of fall apart.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just get through the emergency.
Get through the emergency and then I know.
But it's taken that, that water is that's like the ethers, right? It's where you get the inspiration, and that Capricorn moon though can make it real on the physical plane because it's an earth sign. So that's it, and this is why it's good to know how to balance both sides, on a full moon, especially new moons, it's the same time. But wow, it's deep. It is very deep, and we're in real deep time period. That Pluto is going to be Pluto's going to be at that 0-1 degree. It's going to 29, and it's going to be. I don't think it moves on till mid 2025 off of. But I don't think it's out of orb even then. Probably not till 2026 again.
Right.
Once it's in Aquarius, though, it's totally different than in Capricorn. So we're only going to have it in Capricorn one more time for 2 months. And then after November 18th, it'll just be in Aquarius going forward.
Right.
So the strawberry moon, which is the 21st, and this June's moon is known as the strawberry moon. It's a time of manifesting and bringing in abundance. The strawberry moon is seen as a symbol of love, purity, and prosperity. It's a time to savor life's sweetness and connect with the love and abundance surrounding us. Strawberries that's really appropriate because if you're growing strawberries and you've got plants out there, every single plant is loaded. It takes forever to pick them all.
It does.
I've never had any luck with strawberries. Growing strawberries. For some reason, I have no idea why. I miss
having a garden. I love having a garden.
Yeah, we always, strawberries and potatoes had to go in by Good Friday. And then they were ready whenever.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Prayer to the strawberry moon. Halfway through the seasons, I look back towards the moon once more to draw energy for the reasons I shall continue to explore. Opportunities now growing and flowing my way as I recharge under the light of Father Sun on a warm summer day. Excited to embrace the relaxation of fun. Mother Moon, I thank you for all that you have done.
That's nice. That's a good thing to add to any ritual you're going to do on the full moon.
Yeah, definitely. And also you can do your burning, releasing.
Oh, absolutely. Write it down, burn it, whatever it is you want to release for sure.
And then do an intentions list. And always, I mean, I just don't see any break in that release,
Wow.
receive, release, receive constantly.
Definitely. And then we have this interesting moon alignment on June 29th.
June 29th, and Saturn goes retrograde on June 29th.
Is that right?
Mhm.
What does this lineup tell you?
Jupiter, Mars, Moon, Saturn, Moon aligns. Okay, the Moon aligns with all three. So this is a deeply emotional. You gotta think Saturn's in Pisces. Okay, Mars is in Taurus. That's not wanting to really change much. But Saturn's the bigger planet. Jupiter is in Gemini, who's bringing in the new ideas, right? About how do you change your emotional, your emotional body as it is. How do you upgrade that? How do you upgrade emotionally to be more mature, right? Saturn's about maturity. Mars, yeah, he's fiery and wants to go, but he's in Taurus. He's really not. He's kind of hanging back. He's not down for changing right now, But with Jupiter, they're bringing in that higher cosmic downloads. Also, it'll give us a new way to look at things emotionally, is what I think.
Interesting. I think that was
Cool.
our last one. Oh, nope. Oh, that's
Okay. May all of your dreams ripen and rise beneath this sweet strawberry moon.
No, I love it. It is. It's going to be, and it's just interesting because we don't usually have two back-to-back full moons in Capricorn. So
yeah, that's odd. Seems
yeah,
very strange.
yeah, and it's work, right? It's put the work into the towards the path that you're aiming for. Really put that work in, and to get to that. Uh, Without just using your mind or your ego, you have to connect to your Cancer part of you. We're all of these signs. We all have them all in our charts. So
Sure.
when you connect to that feeling part of us, that part of us that we love the comforts of home and we love, to nurture and stuff, that part of us is our intuition that is helping us understand where to go forward. So, um, and Neptune is just spirit. And we've got that Neptune playing out all month long. And that's square, you know.
So it's
So
probably more important if Neptune is spirit to connect with spirit this month as much as possible through meditation or
absolutely.
however you do it, and make sure that you've got those intentions, higher level intentions for mankind first and foremost in your mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unity consciousness, unconditional love for all, equality, justice, all those things that you want for community as well as yourself.
And I
Unconditional.
was, excuse me, I was getting that Mars is providing the energy that's needed to be able to do all those things.
Yeah, because he is in an earth sign, right? He might not like it, and it might be, but he at least is taking his time. He's not rushing, like he was rushing through in Aries. You're not gonna, he's not gonna
But he's
stop.
like, got your back, pushing you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does. Oh, Mr. Floyd has a Capricorn North Node. Extra grateful for their, yeah, that's cool.
Mhm.
So, and then the rest of this week, right, we're in Libra moon right now. So then we're going to go into a Scorpio moon, and what day are we on? Monday. So that'll last for 2 days. Now, when we come into a Scorpio moon, there's that inner need for us to release, to transform, to metamorphose size something, that's a Scorpio for us. And then we go into Sagittarius the 2 days after that, and we get to this is going to be really cool because when we're at the galactic center, which is 27 degrees Sag, so it's right before we go into the solstice at 0 degree Cancer. I use that time of the month every month to release, call in like calling the higher consciousness, intuitive abilities, my psychic abilities, mediumship, those types of things. But at the same time, I'm calling those in. I'm releasing what's holding me back, because this is a big, huge space anomaly, so these next 4 days, that's not going to be easy. It's going to probably be the easiest today and tomorrow, and then we got the Scorpio moon and the Sagittarius moon. Even though the Sagittarius moon is really going to look for the fun things to do, what would be happiness, so, but at that 27 degrees, so I do that every month. It's pretty cool. And there's one at 14 degrees too for the great attractor, but then Capricorn will be there, and we'll be in Cancer season. It's going to be interesting month, having 1 degree this full moon and 29 degrees on July 21st, full moon in Capricorn.
When you were talking about doing the releasing and getting in deeper at this one time of the month, I got this image of somebody cleaning out their closet till there's room.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, good analogy.
Yeah, I wrote down here, it's a reality check about our future projects and plans to move forward in our authenticity. That's at Capricorn. It's going to keep. Okay, well, where do you want to go next? What are we doing? Who are you? Who do you want to be?
Mm-hmm.
But that's your heart's got to definitely be the one that speaks it. Yeah,
right.
So.
Exactly.
It's all got to be the heart, the higher heart.
Yeah.
We've got to stay in our higher heart as much as possible.
Yes,
for sure.
The heart needs to rule.
Yes, so important. We've had that ego ruling for so long, and we can still see, there's much of that going on out in the world. Lots of ego driven.
Yeah.
But just think about it. Before we really started doing this work, we didn't see it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We were just part of it.
I was the same way, ego driven.
Absolutely. Totally ego driven.
Mm-hmm. And that's, I'm so happy for this Neptune at 29 degrees just sitting there till 2026, because it is going to motivate people to wake up. Who are you? Or do you see what's going on here? There's something big happening, and it's so much
I don't
more.
know. They're also mesmerized by their TikTok, their phone. They just live on their phone 24/7. It is unbelievable. This people walking across the street paying no attention to the traffic because they're so busy looking at their TikTok or whatever it is they're looking at. They need to put their phones down for 5 minutes or so caught up in it.
The phone takes so much more attention than, they come back and say, well, you watch TV all the time. Well, no, we didn't. Actually, we did other stuff and just listened to it. With the phone, you don't have that option. It's like being dead. You have to pay attention
24/7.
Yeah.
But see, I put mine on and I listen to things that I learn, because I love to learn. So that's what I do. I'm not sitting there watching TikToks.
Mine's on mute 99. It's on
that
red thing on the side of the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And my family's always trying to text me or call me. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I can't listen to it go beep, beep, beep.
Yeah,
it's always on silent.
There are some things to be thankful about being deaf, because I don't hear it. But it does make watching TV tough, because you really have to pay attention so you can read what's being said.
See, I don't have a TV. So I'm always researching. All I'm doing really is reading charts and just deciphering them out, and stuff like that, or being on shows and stuff. But
yeah, those people who know me best, if I don't want to hear it, I just pull the hearing aids.
My phone's on silent. I don't want it. That is so distracting to me to hear all those beeps and texts.
I can't stand it. So my phone is always on silent.
Yeah.
Now mine flashes, so I know it's there, but it's just a flash and it doesn't really bother me. And the phone's out in the front room when I'm in bed, so I never see it.
Yeah. I understand.
Yeah. pretty
Oh,
cool.
do we have any questions from anybody in the chat? Do you have any questions about today's show?
If I have anything else here.
I don't see any.
Okay, so this is like really this week is what it's being asked, what's unresolved, or release any addictions and illusions. That's never easy.
Because you have to recognize that they're right there first.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's an
Yeah,
addiction.
they don't see it as an addiction. They don't see anything
No,
wrong.
they think it's a third arm.
Well, you got to look at that too, though. That was kind of put in, that was distractions have been, I think, forced upon humanity so we don't look up, so we don't pay attention, right?
Right,
So,
right.
and it's really hard to bust your butt all day, go to work, raise kids, do a family, do the household, do everything, and not.
And when I gave those things up is when I woke up.
Exactly.
When you're caught up in that day-to-day stuff, it is hard.
Yeah.
All you want to do is go home and zombie in front of the TV.
Yeah. Yep.
You're stuck on that treadmill, work, TV, sleep, or whatever it is that they do. But it's hard to get off that treadmill when
and it's
you're
even hard
dead
to
by
get
Friday
them.
afternoon.
It's hard to get them off the phones when you're trying to eat, which would be the time that you communicate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And a lot of people do their business. They're always texting. You have to, it's like you don't even, you're not off work after work.
Exactly.
You still have to answer those texts. You still are
Still
responsible.
on call.
Yeah.
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 And people are in that loop, right? We're stuck in that loop, that trap. And I hate to say it like this, for me, it was an illness that threw me out of that trap. And then I got to sit there and see what my life was. And I was doing everything I could just to keep up with it, not knowing that I just thought I was doing the right thing, going to work, paying my bills, taking care of everything, things like that. And you get thrown out of that and you're like, wow, nobody is actually.
Something has to happen to wake you up out of it.
Yeah.
Like Neo.
Yeah.
Just like Neo in Matrix.
And I think this is a personal opinion. I think it will happen more often and quicker with those families that say no phones at dinner table.
Yeah, true.
That's if they even eat at a dinner table.
Yeah, and that's another thing.
My grandkids do.
I think that's pretty unusual. Most people eat in front of the TV nowadays.
Yep, or
in the room.
I still eat standing up. I worked in restaurants since I was 11.
Oh, yeah, you would.
Standing up. It's very hard for me to sit still. And I hate to go to restaurants because I worked in them for so long. So I don't want to go out.
Don't want to go out. Yeah.
I'd rather cook. I cook better than all of the restaurants. So
yeah, that's what Heather and I decided.
Yeah, we both cook
US
better than that in most cases.
Yeah,
sometimes we just don't want to. Like certain
Right.
Mexican dishes. Okay, they're much better someplace else.
Yeah.
Or Indian dishes.
Yeah, I can't make Indian food. That's true. There is a few exceptions for sure, but boy, it was such a trap. It's all such a trap. Like everything is convenience for the convenience, so you can keep
garbage food all the time because it's convenient. So you're stuck.
And if it's convenient, it's chemical.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yep. If it's convenient, it's full of chemicals and crap you don't want in your body.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still find myself going to Culver's for a hamburger. They make great hamburgers. I don't want to cook a hamburger at home. I'll go to Culver's. I'm eating garbage. Well, I'm sorry, Culver's. I love Culver's, but it's probably.
Yeah, and I don't know why, but I really don't want to eat a hamburger at home unless we're barbecuing.
I know.
Other than that, I just as soon get it someplace else. Who has good hamburgers,
I'm with you, Fatima. No news for me either. I was watching Midas Test here and there for a while, but now they drive me crazy as much as anybody else.
Even on YouTube, it's very obvious that it's cited.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's another setup against humanity, against the collective, right? And the media is just speaking, the sensational stuff. So everybody's going,
well, it's now owned by 6 companies, or I think 6
That's right.
companies all owns all the media. So they're corporately owned, and they have to give out the corporate word, whether that's right or left. You don't get truth in the news anymore. You just don't. It's
And that's
cited one way or the other. I just want the news. I don't care about your opinion.
right. Me too. I'm not in my, and that's part of what Pluto and Aquarius is going to do. That's going to bring in truth in media. That's going to be one of the
Needs to be brought back.
themes. Yeah, that's going to come back. But right now, I can't listen to it. It's all just garbage. It's just thrown and on and on and on. And it's the only thing it does is want you to be afraid, be divided, hate each other. And it's like,
and buy this shit.
Yeah. The thing is,
buy this, buy that, or you're unworthy.
and the last time I remember having truth in news, and I know you guys know
Walter
who it is.
Cronkite.
Yes, and the team, Mike Wallace and Walter Cronkite, were they together, or there was a team of 2 guys that would present both sides at the same time?
That was that show that Mike Wallace did. It was on public TV, I think.
Yeah, but there was a TV show that was one of the big channels that had 2 co-hosts. And
Mr. Floyd, you're right. Turn off the TV and the news. You've basically turned off the matrix.
Exactly.
Although social media is just as bad.
Yeah.
I was talking to one of my granddaughters about the election, and they were like convinced Trump was going to win because that's what is going on TikTok. It's all about Trump. And then there were questions about Kennedy. And I said, all that's doing is taking all that group is doing is it's run by Trump people, and they're trying to take votes away from Biden. Trump wants to be an autocrat. He wants to be a dictator.
So
according to TikTok, he's going to win. I said, your only view is TikTok. You don't watch anything else. How would you know what is really going to happen when your eyes are only focused on one media? And she was like, you mean it's not like that everywhere? No.
Well, they're young, and
they're young.
But older.
And if they really don't like it, they need to get out and vote.
But the thing is, it's not just the young and they're watching TikTok, so they have an adverse, not adverse. It's a convoluted look of the world. It's anybody that just watches one set of information, like whether you're watching Fox or MSNBC, you're only getting that one point of view. You need to look around and watch other things, even from other countries, to see what kind of news is out there.
And if you do that, you'll get a more balanced thing, but boy, will it drive you nuts.
I used to do that. I used to like go as far left and as far right and overseas, and but now I know.
Now I don't do any of that.
I don't do any of it because it's like it's been like you've choked on this information. Like you've been
absolutely
choked down your throat, and you're just like, I can't do it anymore.
I agree with Aaron. Yep.
It's crazy to think news anchors started as pillars of integrity. They really did.
Yeah.
We can all thank.
It's going to change. It will.
It's going to change back. I can't wait till this election is done.
Me too. It's just
I can't wait to February of 2025.
Yes. Me too. I mean, we'll probably still have a little bit of challenges, because we'll be healing, and we'll be clearing out a lot of this false.
Nevertheless, the stage will be set for progression.
Right. But right now, until then, right, this is the last leg of this journey, and it's going to be very hard. I'm not lying to you. And this is why it's get as good within yourself as you can, to be a
Stay
solid
sane.
pillar. Yeah, stay safe, stay a
Stay
solid
in your integrity, your authenticity,
your
your
truth.
heart-centered love. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you.
No,
Valerie.
no, you're fine. We get excited. It's like, you know, you want to say it like that.
Going back to, if you turn off the news and the media, then you're out of the matrix. Well, the only way to be out of the matrix is to actually interact with other people.
Yes, physically,
Interact.
one-to-one.
Mhm.
And vote. I mean, that's the saddest thing is we have to. Everyone has to go out there and vote right now. You know, I mean, I feel
Vote
like
with your heart. Vote for what you want for your future. But
I feel that the system has
be,
been so
but
compromised.
you need to be informed.
Absolutely.
Not make your decision off of what somebody on
Said.
in social media said. It scares me
Yeah.
how much people listen to social media.
You need to listen to your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Erin.
And
Well,
so
I guess it's time to go, ladies.
I guess it is.
yes, it
But
is.
it's been great.
It's been
Till the
very
new moon in Cancer at the end of the month, we'll be back together again. I think it's the 29th.
Yep,
like
I
that.
believe you're
Yeah.
right. Yay.
And
It's always a
saying
pleasure to have you with us.
thank you for
Yes.
always having me with you. I
Oh,
love
it's
great.
our honor, always our honor to have somebody like you, but especially you.
Absolutely.
I love all you. I love our
Everybody in the chat, thanks for
community.
participating today, and thank you for being here today. We love you, and we hope you'll go out and spread your love and your light around this beautiful weekend. I don't
And
know about you
include
guys, but
yourself.
it's gorgeous here. Self-love. Make sure this full moon that you release whatever's not serving you, and you make that intention list for what you want for yourself and the community and the collective. And blessings to all. Thank you again, ladies.
We love you.
Till
Thank you.
next time, you guys.